The minute you sense a little hint of jealousy, leave. And I'm telling you this because I've gotten so burned because you're trying to prove, Guti, oh, I can sustain relationships. Leave. You will be fine. And the people who are meant to be in your life will be in your life. They will honor you. You will honor them. And they will celebrate you, and you will celebrate them. There will be no hint of jealousy. There will be no desire of them to want to be like you, or no desire of you to want to be like them. It is okay to sometimes be in a season of isolation. Guys, it's okay to isolate. I'm not saying stay in isolation, but there's seasons in our lives that require just a little bit of isolation, just a little bit of isolation. And then when you start finding yourself, the relationships start coming. And the thing with the right people around you is that the way in which I've found, the way in which the relationship will grow is that even through conflict, there's grace in that. There's grace in that relationship, and there's space for you to be you and to be human. And also, don't make the mistake of wanting relationships because of where it will take you. Just be with people because you want to be with those people. Unless you want a mentor, then say, Mcela, please be my mentor. But there's nothing more painful than someone pretending to be your...
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, do you guys remember about 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, Mpoomy Ledwaba had a book launch tour. I think she went to Durban, and I'm not sure where else, but I know Durban and Johannesburg. And now in Johannesburg, that's where the clip that you just saw is taken from, that book launch, that video from when she was in Joburg. Now, I've been thinking about this, just pondering on what she said. Now, before I get carried away, her book is titled "How Did We Get Here?" And I haven't read the book, but it seems like it's an autobiography type of a book, where she talks about her life and essentially her journey on how she's made this success of herself, and she's done really, really well. I mean, she's so young. She's only like 30 years old, and she's achieved all the things that she has achieved. Now, what struck me, amongst many other things that she spoke about, was this part where, towards the end, they had a Q&A. And so in the Q&A, the one lady asked, I think she asked about friendships rather. And the response to that, so essentially the lady was asking, like, how does she maintain friendships, and how does she know when to let go and when to keep a friendship? And she said that her husband always encourages her to keep friendships, because you never know which one will help you in life elevate, reach your goals and all of that. And so Mpumi responded that, whenever, I think she referenced Oprah, and she said that whenever you just feel a hint of jealousy, then you need to let go of that friendship. And that friendship is supposed to be this pouring into each other, where you pour into a friend and they pour into you as well. So that's what she said, and she narrated how in her personal life as well, she's had, challenges, and she's been burnt, to use her words, by keeping friendships that she should have let go, just because she wanted to prove that she can keep a friendship, right? And so I couldn't help but think of the friendships that, were displayed on social media, or were shared rather on social media with, some of the people in the same industry as her, that is in the YouTube space. As some of you would remember, some time ago, I think it was just a couple of years ago, there was, before the Mummy Club that went viral when apparently it didn't work out, whatever. But before the Mummy Club, there was Yolandi. I think it's Yolandi Jawe. I'm not sure of her surname, but they were friends, being in the same space of content creation. And I think, none of them really like spoke in depth about what happened between them, but it seems that their friendship ended. It did end because I think Yolanda has actually spoken about that, or Yolanda has spoken about that briefly. And so I couldn't help but think about her relationship with Yolanda and just think, I wonder if she is a part of the friends or the friendship, or is that the friendship that she was referring to. And it's not at all in the negative. I think it's an important conversation that she was talking about. It's an important thing to talk about, because I think a lot of people actually go through that. They go through that where, I'm not sure about men because I'm not a man, but I think a lot of ladies go through that where you're friends with someone, but you really can feel that, they are not entirely happy about, the progress that you make in life. And either that or, like someone is acting funny. They almost wanting your life. You feel that hint of like someone wanting your life where, you see someone like, I know it sounds petty, but where someone like would not compliment you on something. And not to say that they need to compliment you. They don't compliment you, but life goes on and it's like it's not a deal. It's not a thing, that would make you think any type of negative way. But then the next thing, they almost go behind your back and like do the exact same thing that you did or that you're doing. But they never say, but they know that you're doing this thing. And they never say, hey, friend, that's so nice. I actually really like that. I want to do that. They don't say that. Instead, they just like do it as well. And like they don't share with you, or, and you just find out that like, hey, this person is doing the same thing that I've been doing or that I was doing. And it's like, that's just weird. As someone who's your friend, you would, one would think that you would share such things. And so that's just one example. And I really think, human beings are like very, very interesting. We are very interesting people, things, beings, because the way sometimes that we navigate through this life. And like, I was also listening to Trevor Noah was invited to some podcast, and it was just like speaking a lot and at length about friendships and how and why it's important to nurture friendships that you have, because they help in this journey of life. They having friends is a really nice thing to have, and it really helps, especially as you get older. It's not as easy to make new friendships, so it's just important to nurture friendships that we have. And I think it's such an important conversation to have, but also, to just really look at all angles, and just like sometimes, like when there's that hint of like something is wrong in here, sometimes it's important to just pause and really reconsider, what to do in that situation, whether you let that friendship go or you try and speak about it and address the situation. So yeah, that was an interesting point that she made, and I thought it was just important to share. I'm just sharing my thoughts, and I'm just like, actually, that made me think on the friendships that she shared on social media, and I wondered if, the ones that we know have ended, did they end because of jealousy that they had towards her? Or is it a matter of they just grew apart? Yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Have you ever had a weird situation happening with a friend or someone you thought was a friend, and how did you deal with it? Let me know in the comment section below. And thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share my video.